Welcome back, guys. Happy holidays. I hope you're having a good one. If it's not the holidays for you, good evening, good morning, and good afternoon. We got a Pikachu. I'm just going to go through the process. Hopefully you guys like it. If you guys do like the video at the end, maybe hit that thumbs up button. If you guys aren't subscribed to the channel, you might want to consider that as well. With that, guys, let's get into it. So we're just going to hop right into ZBrush. For those of you guys that don't know what ZBrush is, it's a digital sculpting software. It's probably my favorite sculpting tool. A lot of people, when I tell them about it, they think it's when it's done in the computer, you just hit a couple buttons and then voila, you have a sculpture. Not actually the case. It took me over 4 years to develop my skill. And I am still developing it, but it's a lot of fun. It does speed up the process because you don't have to heat up the clay, you don't have to mix the clay, you don't have to stick the clay on the surface of the model and then smooth it out. You just get one stroke with your stylus, and it does that exact process. So it does speed things up quite a bit. Here I'm just making some hair that you can just insert into the surface of the model. It just speeds the process up and makes it look nice. And this is a new feature inside of ZBrush. So this is my first time playing with it. I do want to do some more just because I had a lot of fun. And maybe like do some scaly creatures, maybe a Charizard. We'll see. So he's all finished. I wasn't able to print out the glasses. I did try 3 or 4 times, and it was just too small, kept on failing. So I just had to scrap the idea. But here we're printing it out in the Formlabs Form 2. Fantastic printer. I love this thing quite a bit. And here we have the finished product, or this finished print, I should say, because we still have to clean it up and paint it. But here we have some isopropyl alcohol. Just gotta drop that in and give it a good rinse. It just gets all the excess stuff out of the way. So we have the parts all cleaned off, washed off. You do have to let them sit in a UV bath. Unfortunately, I don't have a UV bath, so I just put it on the roof of my car and let the sun bake it. And then I just got these clippers I use for very detailed stuff, because sometimes if you just rip the support structure off, it rips some of that detail off with it. So just taking my time separating them. There were some imperfections, but printer resin is pretty expensive, so I have a different way. I'm just gonna fix that, and then we just gotta sand it down because there is some fine details that just have these stripes or streaks across it just from the printer layers. So just sanding that down, making it look smooth. And then I have some epoxy sculpt here. It's just these 2 parts you mix together, and then you have some clay to work with that gets really hard, and that's just going to be what I fill in those imperfections with. So it looks pretty good. We just got to secure the ear in there. We'll just drop some in and then jam that ear, and we have a Pikachu. So we're gonna head outside. Got my Christmas lights on. We're gonna do some airbrushing. This is just a primer. It's a water-based primer. Water-based tends to be less toxic, so that's why I just use those, and you still get the same results. I also use inks. If you are going to use an ink, make sure it's airbrushable. I just like to use inks because it goes on very thin, so you can do a lot of different colors with a lot of, or you can do a lot of layers with a lot of different colors, and it just kind of works your way towards the color or the texture and feel that you're trying to get. So this is going to be a technique called dry brushing. So I just got some thicker paint, some white and some yellow. I'm just going to mix that up, and then you get your you get a brush, you scrape all the excess stuff off, and then you just smack the model with your dry brush, and it just highlights all the details. So I didn't start playing Pokemon cards until my senior year of high school. I went to an all-boys military school, and one of my quad mates was pretty into it. So he brought a bunch of decks over, and weekends we would just play all day and all night, like till like 3 o'clock in the morning. It's a lot of fun. I wish more people were into it when I was younger. And here we have a wash, so it's just very thin paint you brush on the model. It stays wet for quite a while because it's pretty much just water. And then you just take a paper towel and you just pat it dry, and what's left is all the paint down in the nooks and crannies. And now just giving some final touches on the eyes. And we are going to put a gloss over the eyes and nose to make it to give it some shine. So here's the gloss. So he's all finished painting. I got this base here with some super glue, and now we just gotta put it on the model because it is pretty back heavy. It won't stand up on its own, and then we're just gonna glue that guy down. And we have a finished Pikachu. So that's the video, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. I am doing a giveaway for Mr. Pikachu here. The giveaway is going to be on my Instagram, so if you want to check that out, there's a link down below. Also, if you guys liked the video and you haven't hit that thumbs up, you might want to go ahead and do that. Also, if you guys aren't subscribed to the channel, it helps out the channel quite a bit. So if you're not subscribed, just maybe hit that subscribe button. With that, guys, I'll see you on the next one. Bye bye.